Hello and welcome to the Trans Mountain Expansion Project Burnaby Terminal Update. My name is Randy Brake and I'm the Project Director for the Lower Mainland Scope for the Trans Mountain Expansion Project. In this presentation we will cover Burnaby Terminal as it exists today, changes to the terminal that will take place as part of the expansion, construction timelines for the changes, potential disruptions to neighboring communities during construction and operations, and measures we are taking to address those disruptions. The purpose of the Burnaby Terminal today is to serve local markets, which include temporary storage of oil destined for the Chevron refinery and a distribution point for refined products destined for the Lower Mainland. The purpose of the terminal is also to provide temporary storage of oil destined for loading onto vessels at Westridge for export to other markets. There are currently 13 tanks at Burnaby Terminal that have a combined storage capacity of 1.6 million barrels. All tanks have floating roofs and 6 tanks have closed domed roofs, and all tanks are painted green to minimize appearance on the landscape. The existing facility exceeds regulations for fire protection and odor abatement and is subject to ongoing regulatory inspection, and these measures will continue with the proposed expansion of the facility. With the proposed expansion for Burnaby Terminal, there will be 14 new oil storage tanks constructed. One of the existing tanks will be demolished to make way for new tank construction, resulting in a total of 26 tanks after the expansion, with a combined storage capacity of 3.9 million barrels. All tanks, both existing and new, will be equipped with overfill protection devices for measurement of liquid levels and automated valves. All tanks will also have secondary containment berms, and new tanks will also have floating roofs and fixed domed roofs with equipment to control vapors and emissions for odor control. Tank color will be determined with public input, and it should be noted that lighter colors reduce the amount of vapors, emissions, and subsequent odors. There will also be a new firewater tank constructed to replace the existing firewater reservoir. For new piping and pipelines, there will be a new 36-inch delivery pipeline that will enter the facility from the south. Piping that will connect the tanks to pipelines via valve manifolds and additional mechanical and pumping equipment. There will also be upgrades to the existing control and emergency shutdown systems. For delivery of product to Westridge Terminal, there will be a tunnel constructed that will contain 2 new 30-inch pipelines. No new land is required for the expansion of the Burnaby Terminal. All expansion will take place within the existing footprint of the terminal. Some of the construction activities that will take place during expansion of the Burnaby Terminal will include relocation of existing underground pipe and electrical cables, demolition of 1 tank, construction of 14 new oil tanks and 1 firewater tank, earthworks for construction of foundations for new tanks, secondary containment berms and associated piping, installation of piles to support new equipment and pipe racks, construction of an enhanced stormwater management and treatment system, installation of a new electrical substation which will be connected to the existing electrical grid, and construction of a portal for the tunnel to Westridge. Our current construction schedule, which is subject to ongoing refinement and receiving of all approvals, has construction activities for Burnaby Terminal expansion taking place in 2017, 2018, and 2019. In 2017, we will begin site preparation activities to prepare for the expansion, including tree clearing and relocation of existing underground pipes and electrical cables. We will also begin construction activities related to the expansion in 2017, including earthworks and development of the portal for the tunnel to Westridge. In 2018, we will continue with construction activities related to the terminal expansion, including construction of tank foundations and tank construction, installation of underground piping systems and electrical systems, and construction of new firewater and foam buildings. In 2019, we will finalize construction activities, including installation of pipe in the tunnel to Westridge and backfill of the tunnel. In-service for the new expanded facility is targeted for December of 2019. There has not been a storage tank fire at the Burnaby Terminal in the more than 60 years of operations. Storage tank fires are very rare worldwide, even though there are hundreds of thousands of tanks in service. Although a storage tank fire at Burnaby Terminal is extremely unlikely, given the numerous engineering, operations, and maintenance controls that are employed to prevent fires, Trans Mountain must nonetheless be prepared to respond to the possibility of fire. Fire planning at Trans Mountain facilities includes 5 key elements. Prevention, which focuses on fire prevention and avoidance of fire hazards through design, operating procedures, inspection, and training. Preparation, which includes emergency planning, training, and regular practice through emergency exercises. Detection, through fire detection and fire suppression systems. Response, which includes Trans Mountain personnel complemented by trained responders and contractors providing 24/7 emergency response. And maintenance, which includes well-documented programs for controlling, tracking, and recording maintenance activities on facility equipment, complemented by regular NEB audits and inspections. As part of the proposed Trans Mountain expansion project, Kinder Morgan Canada will be enhancing its emergency management plan to build on existing emergency response capacity and meet the needs of the expanded facility. In addition, the enhanced fire protection system at Burnaby Terminal will include a new higher capacity firewater tank to replace the existing firewater reservoir, a new higher capacity firewater foam pumping system to replace the existing system, a new firewater foam distribution system, fire detection systems and fixed automated fire protection systems on the new tanks, and new hydrants, monitors, and cannons for mobile firefighting capability. The new fire protection systems at the expanded facility will exceed the requirements of the applicable codes and standards for storage tank terminals. During construction of the Burnaby Terminal, Trans Mountain will work to minimize disruptions to neighbors and communities by limiting noise, dust, traffic, and lighting. Noise control plans will be developed that will identify techniques to minimize noise impacts, including equipment selection and maintenance, use of enclosures and baffles, and timing of construction activities. Dust will be controlled by utilizing measures such as speed of vehicles, site watering, and use of dust suppressants. Traffic impacts will be minimized through development of site-specific traffic management plans, identifying traffic routing and modes of transportation. As an example, transportation of construction workers to the construction sites will be by bus from remote sites to minimize the amount of traffic on local roads around the facilities. Lighting will be required to ensure worker safety and job site security. However, lighting impacts will be minimized by use of directional lighting, lighting shrouds, and ensuring that lights are turned off when not required to be in use. In some cases, lights will be left on at night for security purposes. Construction activities will typically occur 5 to 6 days per week for 10 to 12 hours during the day. In special circumstances, more nighttime or weekend hours may be required to complete critical construction activities. During construction, Trans Mountain intends to meet or exceed expectations outlined in applicable local and provincial permits and bylaws where practical. During operations of the expanded facilities, safety of community, employees, and protection of the environment will be our highest priorities, as it is now. We will work to minimize impacts to our neighbors, communities, and the environment during operations by minimizing odors and emissions through capture of vapors from all new tanks and regular air quality monitoring and reporting. Having adequate oil spill response measures in place, including secondary containment around tanks. Minimizing noise through use of buildings and baffles. Minimizing lighting through design of lighting systems that direct lighting to work areas only. And minimizing impact to surrounding water by proper stormwater capture and treatment, including the use of advanced water treatment equipment and systems. Thank you for participating in this webinar presentation. We would like to hear your thoughts on this presentation, so please provide us with your feedback at www.transmountain.com www.ccc.ca/talk. We are committed to continuing to provide information as it becomes available, so please check our website and sign up for updates.